Alright, boys, we got round two of the tournament hosted by Iconik that I obviously won, and this was a relatively convincing win. Just so many things went in my favor. You know, the game is really a measurement of just the most minute details going in your favor, and there's a lot of circumstances that are out of your control that you can't control, but can manipulate to benefit you in the long run. And in some of these situations, I managed to do that. Like with the fat molded, it's just very simple shit, bro. Like, if you know, I'm just gonna give y'all some advice. I'm gonna give y'all some kind of preparation that I did going into this tournament, right? And just the shit that I recognized when going up against these enemies that I played up against that were going to be in the tournament. Now, with the fat molded, right? A tenacity that I've noticed from a lot of players, and including myself from before I took this break from Reavers. They just instantly explode upon taking the most minute amount of damage or just seeing their enemy revenge kill get really far away from them. Don't do that. Why don't you pressure them? Maybe they might get overzealous, and after they damage you enough, the more damage you take with the fat molded, the stronger the explosion, the more AoE effect, area of effect it has with a blast. So, counterintuitive per se. Yeah, you might be one shot or getting close to one shot, or somebody could kill you from long range, get third partied. But what if your enemy gets overzealous and decides to use a power weapon on you, or takes one miscalculated shot, or overshoots you, right? In that blast radius, you'll get a revenge kill, right? So you'll basically refresh your kill streak. If not, get another revenge kill, and then just kill him when you spawn back in, or eliminate him, my bad, when you spawn back in. It's just simple shit like that that really sets me apart from a lot of these players. I don't want to say I'm super intellectual or anything like that, but when it comes to competitive gaming or just anything in general regarding competitiveness, I'm going to get every single edge of advantage or any kind of advantage that I could possibly get and play it out in my favor to the best of my capability. That's what separates me from, per se, somebody who just plays the game for X amount of hours, dedicates so much time, even though I was away for 7 months and X amount of players had time to practice. That's what separates me from these players. It really is as simple as that. Also, preparation that I also did for the tournament, right? Going up against these players, getting reps, as many repetitions as possible against them. Luckily, I played up against them and they were winning, right? I was losing a lot, like maybe 4 or 5 times back to back to back, but then I realized something. That doesn't determine the fucking skill. The player who kept winning didn't win the whole event. He got third, right? Respectfully. He was only winning because he had the host advantage. On a neutral host, which is what we played the tournament finals and all the rounds in, I smoked him. I won all 3 times. So, don't get in your head if you're losing to these players X amount of times. Because on neutral ground, I have that advantage because I know what I can do on neutral ground. And besides getting repetitions and stuff, boys, I also went into Playground. The first time I ever went into Playground, and I was actually practicing my aim. I even grew some knowledge from specific things that I didn't even know were detrimental to doing more damage with human characters. Like, I obviously knew if you fully ADS with the reticle, you'll do more damage output. I'm pretty sure a lot of y'all knew that. But what I didn't know is that Leon's shotgun, like, you see where that super time was at? From that far, I could be over here on this left hand side by this molded, and literally the spawn on the right hand side, I could shoot from that far and do almost 300 damage. Like, maybe not close enough, but 180 to 200 damage, that's absurd amount of damage. I did not know that up until I went into Playground and found out these little minute details. That's also something that a lot of players probably never do and never take into consideration. If you want to be one of the best, you got to do these little minute details and fixate them into your gameplay. I was also practicing with the left hand side point of view because, once again, there's certain off angles that on RPD map or any specific map that you can't shoot from. If you use the left hand side angle POV, you can shoot from those angles. I did not know that up until I started implementing it and doing it. I was doing all these little small things while everyone else was just doing the basics. That's what sets me apart from all these players. I went above and beyond. They just did the bare minimum basics and just expected results. You're not going to get results if you don't like think outside of the box. Don't just do what everyone else is doing. Be unique.